Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Erin's Book Club. I'm sorry about the lighting, but it's kind of early-ish in the morning and I haven't got bright sunlight yet, but whatever. I guess it works for this book review that we're going to do. So, the book review I have to do today is When Ghosts Speak, Understanding the World of Earthbound Spirits by Mary Ann Winkowski. I guess this is the consultant of the CBC series Ghost Whisperer. Now, I don't know if I remember watching Ghost Whisperer. I remember hearing about it, but I may have gotten bits and pieces. I don't know if I remember watching it. And it's interesting because I don't really know how to describe it. It's got me conflicted. So it's basically about this author's life and how she dealt with being able to see and speak to earthbound spirits. But and it's even got pictures of her, and it's got pictures of quote unquote real spirits in here. I guess there's a real spirit there that got caught in the camera. What bothers me is the foreword is done by James Van Prow, I guess is how you say it, who must be another ghost whisperer of some sort. I haven't heard of him personally, but he opens up saying, many people believe they can talk to spirits, but I actually can, and I have vetted this other person who's going to write this book, so I know she's the real deal. Okay, which is great. I mean, if you can speak to them, whatever, but... and the black cat goes across the back. Well, no, the gray cat. But anyway, so... okay, you can see them. You haven't given me any proof that you can see them. You've just said you can see them. And you came at it very hostile. Like, you have to believe that this is what I see. That's not going to work for me. And she also opens the book saying that, believe what you want to believe, but this is what I can do and this is what I do. And it's a shame. I wish I knew her personally or was able to interact with her personally, because the proof of seeing or not seeing ghosts is very hard to do in a paperback. And the way that she comes off is it doesn't prove her case, and there were so many warning signs. And even when she's writing of her childhood, and I guess this all started because her grandmother would take her to funeral homes and that kind of thing, because her grandmother had the gift. And so you're already flooding the child with, this is what can go on, this is the gift, this is what happens. And then the grandmother happens to hear the child talking about somebody who recently died and knowing facts that nobody else should know. And the grandmother then believes that the child can see ghosts. So then the grandmother starts taking the child to funeral homes of everybody in the town. And the daughter then goes and says, yep, there's a ghost here. This is what the ghost says. And the granddaughter is the center of attention, which she adores when she's little. And she says how the grandmother is beaming with pride when they say, oh, you must be so happy that she has the gift, and this is so wonderful. So if you think about it this way, the child's been exposed to death and dying through most of her life. She's praised whenever she says she sees a ghost. And then when she gets older, she says she rebelled against seeing what she could see. And it's her grandmother that grabbed her by the chin and said, no, this is what you see. So no, in that story, and the fact that I don't have tangible proof, I can't say is that I believe that you see ghosts. And your tales telling me this is what you see and stuff, the brain is very good at hallucinating what you want it to hallucinate, and the brain is very good at adapting what you think. And I, at this point, honestly believe that most of this is probably hallucination, and the good that follows is very likely just coincidence. Now, she does say that she goes to a few households where there is no ghost and everybody gets mad, and okay, I don't know, maybe the book could have been written out differently. Again, really hard to prove your case in the written format is basically what it comes down to. she's a great author, or whoever wrote the book for her is a great author, tells a wonderful story, but I can't say by reading this that she can see ghosts. And her saying, well, I don't want you to dabble in any kind of ghostly thing because you, or like Ouija boards and that kind of thing, because you could accidentally bring stuff home. Absolutely, you could. Absolutely, you could. And then she turns around and says, well, here's how you bless a house. Or here's how you remove a curse. Or here's how you do this. But don't worry, you can't do anything wrong by this way because it's my way. And this is the only way that you can do this without doing anything wrong. Well, I'm sorry, you're still dabbling in spirits. You're still doing the thing that you said us not to do, even though, yes, you're putting yourself in a white light. But if you're having a bunch of novices reading a book and doing what you tell them to do, I don't think that's safe. And in my opinion, again, I'm not an expert in this, but in my opinion, I don't think that's the way to do it. I think you should go to your religious leader or your trusted spiritual leader and have that done instead of trying to mess with stuff on your own, because there aren't just ghosts out there. There are demons. There are other things that are very good at tricking people. I don't know. It's a good book. It's a good book, but I don't know how much faith I have in the fact that she can see spirits. And I'm not calling her a liar. I'm just saying that it's very hard to prove something like that on paperwork. But again, I enjoyed the read. But I will let you know when I have another book read, and thanks so much for listening.